Hey, morning, guys. Well, it's not morning at all. It's like past 2 o'clock here. It's 3 o'clock. It's 3:12 right now. I'm actually just getting some rice, eggs, a little bit of chicken, soup, and I have an iced coffee coming on the way. So, keep forgetting about these things here. Try and remember to wear it lower. One time I readjusted my bag. It ended up getting on my neck and muffling out my noises. Well, there's nothing. Thank you so much for the nice coffee. So I'm eating like a king right now. Iced coffee. Soup, chicken, rice, and egg. There's no real plan today. I accomplished the whole thing of actually circling the. Sorry about that. I wanted to get the tracker going on it. I know the tracker annoys some of you guys, but I like being more centered. It annoys me when I'm trying to fit someone else into the shot, because it only wants to track one person, and it's hard to get the right angle. But yeah, it's 3:14 right now. We are actually on June 5th, so this makes day 21. This will be the last day I'm actually on the island, which is a beautiful island. You're able to circle it. I was able to circle it even with a late start because of the rain in one day on bicycle. And I really took my time. I didn't start increasing my speed until I was at the farthest north point. I wasn't sure how long it was going to take me to get back, and only had what would I say? Yesterday it was like an hour's of daylight. So and there was a lot of hills. So I was still able to make it back, with like only an hour left of daylight, a little more. Anyway, so today I've been relaxing. There was good news though, guys. My channel just got monetized. So right now I'm in the process of contacting like the two friends that I do. Actually, I have my teacher, my old teacher, and a person that used to go to the same congregation that I did in Tennessee that also left for more or less the same reasons. Was when you start saying, yeah, not for me, that's all. So really I only have those two people in my life that are actually trustworthy, I can depend on and stuff like that. I don't really, I lost contact with my family and stuff a while back because of my lifestyle and stuff like that. And then when I changed my lifestyle, I didn't want to go try and open old wounds and stuff. Like, I don't know who might still be in my family that's alive and who's not and stuff like this. It's just my lifestyle of drinking and, just being the wanderer, the constant vagabond wanderer and stuff. But anyway, I ended up spending a few years living with my family and my father and my stepmother and stuff, and we all pulled together because we were all on very limited incomes. But in Arizona, when all the family pulls together like that, then you can survive and you can actually live comfortably. When you have, this day and age, multiple family income households is very common. So you have the mother and the father living with the grandparents, which are living with the kids, and it's almost like if you're going to survive, you kind of have to do that in the United States now. And that's what me and my father and my stepmother, we all pulled together. I paid the mortgage and stuff. They bought the food and they paid the bills, and it worked out perfect. But the fact was, I started disrespecting my father, and it's still his house. It's because we were drinking pretty heavy. Me and him always drinking, and it was together, and it was more me starting to disrespect him, and then everything kind of spiraled down past that point where I started, I ended up living in the shelter for like over a year in Phoenix and stuff, and everything spiraled down. It wasn't until like the last 4 or 5 years that I snapped to, but I had to snap to for myself, And that's when I decided to start chasing God instead of chasing, drugs and alcohol, And but anyway, that's me. I don't want to, Anyway, that's yeah. So I had a falling out with my family, and the one time I did try and contact them back, they didn't want any part of me. They're like basically they disowned me, and so I fell back into like drugs, alcohol, stuff like that. And well, alcohol was always in my life, so I really had to hit the rock bottom. I went to Hawaii, and that's when I had the change. That's where I had basically a realization of God and stuff like this. And like I said, I'm not here to say what I am or what I believe and stuff like that, because to each his own. I think the pursuit of God, trying to figure out if I think it's very honorable, regardless of which route you take, if you're Buddhist or whatever, because I think it's just something that's inside of us, something that's primitive and stuff like that. And it's primitive, meaning there's something inside of us that has a natural acknowledgement that there might be something greater than us, and that's that as a concept in itself is unique. That we can say, hey, we are not the top of everything. We are not, because we are on the top of the food chain. We are the top of the on this planet. It's like, and to say, hey, there's something greater than us. It's a great concept at its base, but then we structure it, with our what do you say, our rules of it has to be this way and no other way, and and stuff like this, and that's how we see it. And we go by the development through the years and years and years of what let's say Christianity is now is nothing like what it was back then. Judaism now is nothing like it was back then. It has changed and evolved, and with those we get creeds and dogmas that we apply to it, and it becomes, this is the concept now, and this is the concept you have to follow, otherwise there's a division, and that's why there's so many divisions and stuff. But at its root, at its base, it's not it's an honorable pursuit to try and figure out if there is a God and stuff like that. But also if you don't, that's fine too. The reason why is I went down the academic road, and that's more like, okay. It's more, there's more of a falling away in the academia, because you start studying, where did this all come from? How did this begin? What was our concepts now compared to back then? And so you take the, I'm trying not to step on anybody's toes here, but you take the information, you go, okay, well, my belief system is very flawed. If this is true, then this can't be true. So that's what I ended up saying. Okay, I don't think they're out to destroy religion. It's just the facts are the facts. Archaeology is archaeology. These concepts that, So anyway, I still love religion and stuff, just from an academic level, and only from the academic level. And I think everybody else is awesome. I respect your belief systems regardless of what you are. So that's my ramble for the day, guys. Like I said, I got monetized. Woohoo! So I'm trying to get one of those two people. I know, in a long circle, just come back around to tell you I got monetized, and there's only two people that I can actually trust to maybe use their mail system, because Hidden Hammock told me I can do it on my phone. I just need to be able to physically have an address that YouTube can send a letter with an activation code to. So that's what I'm in the process of doing. Other than that, guys, we made it. And so that's the good news. And I'm going to start going back to the mainland tomorrow. That's my return ticket. And one more thing. And this is a hard one, because I've been thinking. When I went and got my repairs done, my bike is rusted. Still got a back spoke that's broken. Those were the ones that got replaced. My front brake going down a hill yesterday almost killed me. because my front brake just doesn't work as good. The back one smoked up too fast, and I had to drag my feet. I mean, I had literally had to, I didn't have my camera in my hand because I knew better, but there's one part where I actually physically had to stick my foot down and try and stop because the hill was too steep. And if I had good brakes and all that stuff and a good bike, that might have not have almost killed me. So, but the gentleman that I was getting the brake from, he had a actual bicycle, a 29-inch wheels, mountain bike, a lot better, 10 speed in back, solid up front, no speeds up front, just in back. And it was marked down from 1,300 ringgit to 900 ringgit, which is basically, it's marked down from $300 to $200. It still keeps it in the cheap bicycle range, right? But it's 100% markup in quality. And if I'm gonna do this, I really gotta think about it, because 200 is within my range. If I'm gonna do this long term, I'm gonna have to upgrade, because my guy, my old chitty bang bang, he's finally getting ready to be retired. You know, I mean, he's so, I mean, I love him and stuff. Like someone said, you know, we gotta be grown attached. I kind of have, but I realized the 26-inch wheels are just not the way to do it. And the step up in quality, if I keep repairing mine, it's going to cost me about the same anyway. And like everything's pretty well rusted on that. I'll go over my bicycle one more time to show you. I went over it a little bit back, but like even like the repairs that I did, it was 72 ringgit. So if you think, if I can get that for 900 ringgit, you know, it's like, you know, that's just a handful of times. So I'm thinking about that. I'm not going to make any promises, because one is, when I go over to Sumatra, there's a 600-kilometer river that I might want to do rafting instead. So take up a rafting adventure, 600 kilometers. Google which is the longest rafting river in Sumatra, and it'll come up. The one I'll try and put the name in, post edit, but I'm very well considering to do an actual rafting adventure after this. And if I have a bicycle that I buy now, I'll have to figure out somewhere to actually lock it up and stuff. So these are all things I'm going over my brain, guys. It's 12 minutes now that I've babbled on for, but yeah, you know, I'll post this tonight, and I'm not leaving till tomorrow, so you guys jump in as soon as you can and tell me what you think. Am I selling out to buying a new bicycle? But if I'm gonna spend the rest of this year, the whole year filming is my goal. Every day to film every single day, and try and post every day when I can, unless I'm camping. But try and keep it as close to real time as possible. You know, but yeah, my goal is to record 1 year of my life, and see, and after 1 year of my life, I can finally say I did it. I actually accomplished a very hard goal. And so if the goal is 1 year of my life, I can actually throw in something like a rafting trip. You know, I can do different adventures. You know, this was always just to see if I could do Vietnam, and then Vietnam kept going. But it is, bicycle touring is awesome, man. Bikepacking, I don't know which one I'm actually doing, if I'm even considered either of them, but I can see actually exploring the world on bicycle, and I can do that. I want to try and get in that rafting trip somewhere. All right, guys. I blabbed for too long, 13 minutes. I'm going to turn this off. That's the plan. I'll go downtown, see what's going on, film a little of I think a Buddhist temple I saw down there that looked kind of cool. Might be Hindu. I don't know. I think actually it was a Hindu one. Anyway, that's the plan. All right, guys. All right, let's go for a bicycle ride, guys. how big these are. So I was mistaken. It's a Chinese Taoist temple with a Buddhist temple in back. That's cool. Supposed to be the Great Wall of China. Obviously not to scale. Yeah, these are great. I love these temples, man. So much time and effort. Look at this big dragon they're working on. Anyway, let's go over here. Yeah, like I said, I love these temples. They kind of bring out my inner child. I feel like I'm at Disneyland or something. But also with a combination of the more serious temple itself and the beauty of it. Yeah, it's just awesome. Alright, let's keep going up. Let's see if I can get to that thing eventually over there. And where she's coming down from over here. Sorry, trying to get my bearings here on how to exactly get up there. I'm going to make a little side excursion so I don't miss anything. This is where I stop and take a few pictures. Ooh, the breeze up here is awesome. All right, guys, I made it to the top of the temple. That's a nice, it's a nice temple. Sorry, a little winded to the stairs and stuff, but actually it's not that hard. It's not that far. I'm just old. That's beautiful. And you saw the employees down there still working on that beautiful dragon. It's gonna be awesome when it's completed. It's a nice little viewpoint. No, someone stole the tree. Someone stole the tree. Anyway, that's the one of the things I really wanted to do today is come check this out. So far on this island has had a beautiful mosque. Beautiful mosque. I mean, beyond gorgeous mosque. Everything seems so located in a perfect spot. Two awesome temples that I've gone to. Two awesome Buddhist temples that I've very much enjoyed. The bicycle road around the whole island, just one section that's pretty steep, and they're doing some road work on it, but you can get by the road work, not in car, but you can get by on using bicycle. I did it in one day, or a scooter. I asked the guy how much the scooter cost. I think he said 40 ringgit for the day, which sounds a little expensive, but I don't know the going price here in Malaysia. 40 ringgit's around $10. I think he pays 50 for the first day, then $40 or 40 ringgit each day. That's my new roommate over there. I personally think bicycle, if you can find a spot that rents a bicycle here. I mean, like I said, I took my time and I made it in plenty of time. I think a bicycle is a little more flexible too. Yeah, this has been a really nice little island. I'm glad I came out here. You know, sometimes, yeah, it's just you got to open up your, do some of the touristy things. And these are free. These are things I'm not spending money on. I mean, outside of the ferry ride to get over here, these are all, temples are usually free anyway. Any of the religiously based, places are usually. That's not always. I've been accidentally got onto a private Buddhist temple once. I didn't realize it was privately owned, but the guy was very nice. That was very beautiful. That was a while back in, I do believe it was Cambodia, maybe? I don't know. I had to go over my videos again. Anyway, guys, this was my main idea for the day. This would be a great spot to have lunch, pack lunch, bring it up here, and enjoy the view. There's one more section I haven't gotten to yet. Yeah, I forgot about this side over here. So, the adventure's not over yet. Nice.
其实你看到里面弄这些没有？赶快快递。
Yeah, I almost overlooked this side of the temple altogether. Nice little. I'm glad I didn't overlook this one. This one's got some nice statues in it. Last but not least, I keep taking a picture of this from the top. I didn't want to skip this thing. This thing's pretty awesome. I love the colors. Alright, time to move along. Awesome place though. Love it. They're all covered up right now, so. So this is the Hindu temple that's actually right, I didn't realize it was right at a little, like, I wouldn't call it a port. You can get down into the water. Not super elaborate, but nice and clean. Anyway, this is the one I passed by the other day. This is the one I passed by the other day. I saw, I didn't pull in because it was getting into the evening time. But like I said, all these temples are actually located in very nice places. This is amongst a fishing village. I'm going to call it a fishing village because that's what I really think it is. And yeah, it's worth actually just coming down to take a few pictures of these boats. These boats are like super cool. These fishing boats. And I'm pretty sure that's where they actually unload and load their cargo. And this is what I meant, you can get down in the water right here. There's stairs that go all the way down into the water. So if you need to do your laundry, or if you just want to come down and stick your feet in, the water doesn't look that bad actually. I wouldn't go drinking it, but yeah, it's a beautiful little spot. Well, that's a good way to end the evening, everyone. Down here with my feet in the water, and I got to see two temples now, a Hindu one and a Tao / Buddhist. And yeah, this is a great way to just sign off. I think it's around 5 o'clock. I don't know, my phone's on my bicycle. Get home, get back to the hostel, throw this together, put it out, and start getting ready for tomorrow. You know, I go back to the mainland and I got to think about that bicycle, because it's either keep riding on mine, which mine is still rideable, and I kind of, what I am is I'm attached to it. So I've kind of grown attached to it, riding it in these last 5 months, and yeah, it's rusty and yeah, it's falling apart, but you know, it was a cheap bicycle to begin with. And the other one's a cheap bicycle too. It's just a high quality cheap bicycle. $200 is not expensive, but it was marked down a third, so it was $300. And the quality, it's either I'm going to have to invest more money into this bicycle to get the brakes, you know, well, I mean, not much more. I just need to mess with the front brakes more. Maybe buy a new front brake, which is $5, right? Something like that. No, it was more than $5. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. It's a beautiful way to sign off, guys. I'm gonna say good night, y'all. And yeah, back to the mainland tomorrow.